Are we live yet?
Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Martin here from the Wireless Income Academy. Greetings from Malé, Maldives. That's where we're currently staying. I hope you can hear me. If you can, please type some message here below. And if you can see the screen properly, I'll be sharing the screen today. We have exciting things ahead of us. We'll be brainstorming, we'll be masterminding. And we have people joining us from different parts of the world. A couple of people who will be joining us. We've got. I want to welcome our friends from Europe, and anyone else who is here right now who doesn't need. I'm gonna mute the voice. Fantastic. Thank you very much for confirming. And let me just mute the voice, and I will be bringing people back here. So I just want to welcome anyone who is joining us from different parts of the world. Our friends from Europe, our friends from Asia, and we might have also some friends who are very early in the morning from States. And during Wireless Income Academy, during the Mastermind, we will be breaking down lots of strategies that we personally use, that we use to generate money, and I will break down today the formula that is responsible for quite a good success. So we started with a powerful stream of income not long time ago. We probably invested less than 30 hours of the business, and yesterday we experienced $1,500 a day. And it all happened when we were holidaying, all happened when we were in a really exciting, cool place. I will share some of the pictures from the trip. But what is important, I want you to grab a pen, I want you to grab something to write. If you like mind maps, grab for it. The colors work very well. If you prefer to write it on a notebook, do it as well, because we will be breaking down formulas that will help you take your business to a different level. So we'll go through different elements and different parts of the business, and during each of the masterminds, I'll be breaking down different parts. But the focus of the teaching will be on basically 3 different parts. It will be on traffic, it will be on mindset, and it will be on productivity. Why? Because when you combine the 3 together, that creates the fastest results. And I know some of you are here. You've done some businesses in the past. You might some of the businesses might have worked out. You might have had a certain degree of success, but with others, you might have failed completely. But I just want to tell you, there's nothing like complete failure. You got some feedback. And that feedback that you have collected is a necessary piece of a puzzle that you needed in order to take it to a different level. I'm speaking from my personal experience. You will hear my stories as well, where I took some businesses on, and I found them quite challenging previously. But I will tell you, I wouldn't have been here unless for that experience. And it's hard to see it in the foresight. When you look forward to the future, you might be asking the question, why am I going through what I'm going through? But the good news is you will be able to see it in the hindsight. You will be able to connect the dots, and you will be able to see that the experience was a necessary step forward for you in order to move forward. We'll be bringing in experts. We'll be bringing strategies. So I will be showing you screen strategies. I'll be logging into our back office, and I'll be showing also some of the results and some of the tools we personally use in order to advance the business that you're doing here. So I want to welcome everyone. I know a couple of other people tried to get here with us and be on board. And stay with us. I predict that this mastermind will take between 45 minutes to 1 hour maximum. But I want to go to our friends. We've got Tunku right now. First of all, let's see if we can hear your voice. Let me just, if you can unmute yourself, because I think you are muted. And we've got Wyman as well. So first of all, maybe let's start with Wyman. Do you mind sharing your name, where you come from, and what do you do full time? Hello, can you hear me?
What?
Yep. Go ahead.
Asking what?
Yep. What's your full name? Where do you come from? And what do you do? Yeah, go on. Yeah.
I'm from Malaysia.
Okay. Which part of Malaysia?
Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur. Which part of Kuala Lumpur? I lived there for 5 years, man.
Oh, Juras.
Cheras. Oh, nice place. I used to go jungle tracking there to that area. And what do you do full time?
What?
What do you do full time? What's your occupation, business occupation or a job?
IT programmer.
Okay, cool, fantastic. Let's move to Tunku. Tunku, are you with us? Can you hear us? Tunku, can you hear us? Okay, I know that a couple of other people are getting on board. I'll be breaking down the whole mentoring and coaching. I'll just move on, and hopefully we'll be able to bring some other people as well on board here. But I want to tell you that you know, there is a reason why you're here. There is a reason why we are meeting up. You want to have a breakthrough, right? You want to have a breakthrough, a personal breakthrough that will lead towards a business breakthrough, because all starts in the mind. And how do we define a breakthrough? I want you to write it down. Breakthrough is a moment when impossible becomes possible. And you will see here, you will talk to people, you will have conversations with, you will see that somebody has created results. You will see they have done it, and I can do it myself. That's a moment where impossible becomes possible. But you have to, if you imagine that two different points, there's a point A and point B, and you have to create a bridge to be able to walk over to the other side when impossible becomes possible. And I tell you, this thing has happened in your life more than once, and you have experienced that outside of the business arena. It doesn't matter if you have currently a great success, for sure it was built on many breakthroughs that came as a combination of that, or if you are just starting and anything that you touch basically fell apart. It doesn't matter. The whole point is that a breakthrough is a moment when impossible becomes possible. And there are certain triggers, and most people are not aware of that, but the purpose of our mastermind today is for you to start being aware of that. Because you will have certain moments in your life when you reflect back, and you might have connected with a partner that currently is your wife or your husband. You might have found a job that previously you wouldn't have dreamt about it. Somebody has done this exercise with me, told me, go back in time, 10 years, and ask yourself a question. Are you in a place that you would have imagined that you would have reached? And I have to say, I'm way beyond that place. Because there are certain things that we cannot predict, we cannot move forward, but there were some breakthroughs, there were some personal breakthroughs that actually happened throughout the process, and they led towards making this impossible to be possible. And I want to share some of the, some of you might have experienced our masterminds that we have created and workshops that we have had both in Kuala Lumpur, we had also in Malaysia, in different parts of the world. And we had people who were sharing their breakthroughs that I must admit, I had my hair standing while listening to them. We had a lady from Philippines who stood up and shared her story of when impossible became possible, because it's very important that you consciously connect with that parts in yourself when you, in your brain, in your head, it became possible that you could do it, you could pull it off. And she told us a story how one day somebody knocked on her door and brought a baby and asked her, would you like to have the baby? And she looked very puzzled, looked at that person, and said, like, I just have to discuss that with the mother. And it turned out that the baby was found in a garbage bin. It was just chunked by the mother. And she made the decision that, yes, I will take care of that baby. And the baby is currently around 6 years old, and she has taken care of it. So she made the decision. She believed that she can pull it off. She moved to Malaysia, and she has, she's doing really well, and she's supporting the baby. We had people who, they had their breakthrough first when their first child came about. We had people also when there was a certain level of pain, when people couldn't take it anymore, and they said, enough, and they drew the line in the sand, and that's when they made a real decision, and that's when impossible became possible, because that's where the breakthrough comes in. I want you to write it down. Breakthrough is when impossible becomes possible. Why are we talking about it? In internet marketing, it's absolutely the same. because I will focus shortly on the 5-step formula that was responsible for collecting $1,500 in the last 24 hours. How was that possible, and how did we achieve that, and what's the formula behind that? And I want to tell you that there are certain steps, like every single recipe has certain steps that are involved in that. So let's move forward. And I want you to think right now consciously, and if you have a strategy, if you have a moment when impossible became possible for you, maybe you got a job, maybe you got a partner, maybe you took some really brave move in something, and that was as a result talking to somebody, that might have been as a result of watching a video, they might have been a result of reading a book, when impossible became possible. I want you to consciously right now notice at least one of those moments when impossible became possible, right? Do we have anyone who would like to share? If you do, please drop your message here. Let's go to Adrian, maybe. Adrian, can you hear us? Hello?
Yes, hi.
I think
Hello,
you have
yes.
muted. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, maybe
Yes.
your name is Adrian. You call us from Kuala Lumpur, right? And what do you do full time?
Yes, working full time at the moment.
What do you do
I'm in the finance area.
in financial area? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And do you have any specific moment when for you impossible became possible? Can you think of a situation? Can you think of a moment in your life? There's a reason why I'm asking that.
Yes, perhaps during my university days when I had the chance to resit some exam papers, which I thought was an impossible thing.
Okay.
So I had the commitment and the discipline in order to pull through, despite the thoughts of failure and the fear of
Okay.
failure again.
Nice.
Of course, I had to so-called isolate any fear of failing the subjects again. So it requires a lot of mind shift and self-belief, and
Right.
to re-strategize my patterns of studying as well, and consulting the people who have already achieved the level of success in their previous exams.
Okay.
So
Nice.
that is one of the ways I have overcome such obstacles. Yeah.
It's amazing what you just shared, because I'm just gonna recap that. By the way, he just shared the whole formula that you need in order to succeed online. First of all,
Okay.
face your fears. Yeah,
Yes.
face
Yep.
your fears.
Yep.
Second thing, reach out to people who have already done it.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, that's right.
Third thing, isolate the fears and believe that you can pull it off.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Because if we enter any business and if you don't know how to separate your fears, if you don't reach out to people who already made it successful, if you don't believe things will happen, I'm sorry, but you're gonna fail. Yeah. Do you mind me asking, Adrian, how did it happen? When did you make a decision that you're gonna pass this exam?
Okay. It is a sense of that I came from a position where there's no second chances, which means
Okay.
that I was on a budget, that I need to pass this exam regardless, however difficult it is.
Okay.
Of course, I was on a student loan as well back then. So yes, no second chances, one shot, one chance, make it happen. And I
Okay.
guess based on the circumstances I was in, so I really had to pull through regardless. So that really gave me the full commitment and the discipline I need, and whatever it takes to get through. Yeah, I think that's a very powerful thing that I had while overcoming this problem. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And because I want to ask you here, you said whatever it takes. Did you finance the studies yourself, or was it your parents that financed your studies?
As mentioned, I was on a student loan. Yeah.
Are you on a student loan? And you
Yes.
had no second chance, right? You mentioned there's
No second chance. Yeah, and I was on a scholarship as well. So
Okay.
if I didn't pass this receipt exam, I would have my
Okay.
student scholarship being retracted, and
Okay.
that will really be a severe case of where I have no finances for my studies at all. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much for that, Adrian. I'm gonna come back with something else here, but I just want to use your example, what you just said, and I want to reflect, because basically you gave the whole formula. That's exactly the same happens on the internet, but the good news is you already have it inside you. But the question is, can you access that? Can you access that building this business? Can you access that building any other business? Because you have success blocks that you have done. And I want you to consciously, at the end of that webinar, I want you to write it down. And I want you to write down like a trigger point when there was lots of fears, like Adrian just shared. Then he decided that he will face the fears, he will reach out to people who succeeded, and he will do whatever it takes because he doesn't have second chances. It's a little bit like the decision is so real. It's like if you read Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, I think it's in the second chapter when he breaks down the formula of making a real decision. The real decision was about burning the boats. And that's a story of one of the captains who got on a boat and he traveled. He got constantly being ridden by one of the neighboring rulers who was like 5 times bigger than himself. He had an army 5 times bigger than himself, and he constantly came to his island, and he took over, and he plundered, and he took his women, and he took his wealth. But at some point, what he did, he loaded all the soldiers that he had in the country, on that island. He loaded them on a ship. At night, they went to that island, and when everyone offloaded from that island, he ordered his people, he said, burn the boats. There's no coming back unless we win. That's a decision. That's drawing a line on the sand. And I want you, all of you here who are listening, wherever you are, wherever you are part of whatever you're doing, I want you to write down a moment in your life when impossible became possible, like for Adrian, exactly the same way as for Adrian, when impossible became possible. And build on that and have a future vision, because if you live in your fears, you will fail. If you live in your past, you will fail. You have to live in your future. You have to see that happening. So we're going to go into the 5 steps that create business empire. But first of all, I want to address some issues. Why people fail online? Why people fail online? If you guys can type some messages here in the chat box, I'll be addressing them slowly one by one. But I will start saying, first of all, the biggest reason, I've coached personally hundreds of people, and I will tell you, the biggest reason people fail is because they don't take action, right? And there are a couple of reasons why people don't take action. One of the reasons people don't take action is fear. You heard this many, many times, but unfortunately, you have to address that. Especially if you failed a couple of times in the past, you imagine the scenarios from the past. If you have that fear that is gripping you, you might have experienced that when you are trying to push, like imagine driving a car, you push an accelerator, but at the same time you put a brake. How fast do you go? What's happening to your journey, to your online journey? It's just not going to happen, right? So all starts in the mind, and I want to address that. Second thing is, huge problem why people fail online is because people work alone. I've seen it, I've experienced that, and I have to say this is a massive reason when people drop out and people fail, because they work alone. They work alone. And what I've noticed, we have right now a partner up with a group of people. We provide high quality coaching. We provide highly competent coaches who help people to do 2 or 3 tasks and then move forward. Some people don't take action because of fear. Some people don't take action because of overwhelm. And some people constantly watch videos and never take action. They watch videos and never take action. Why would that happen? Because they consume, and they don't know how to produce. I want you to write down, become a producer, not a consumer. And that's possible when you design your environment in a certain way, especially while working with a coach. No right strategy. That's another big thing. If you guys have any more ideas here, please drop that here in the chat, and I will be answering them as well. There is also scattered mind. You know, like when people, I have worked with many people who cannot make a real decision. And if you don't make a real decision, you will not make a dent and you will not make a penny. Yeah, it all starts with a real decision. Like we heard here from Adrian, such powerful sharing when he made a decision, no second chances, I will face my fear, I will do whatever it takes, I will move forward. No second chances, right? That's a decision when he comes in and he knows that he will succeed. I just came back from Tony Robbins' event in Singapore, and I saw one of the guys who actually stood on the stage, and he was procrastinating for a very, very long time. And he gave one really good piece of advice. He said, stop looking for strategies, start taking action. Because most of people here on the panel and people who are watching us from different parts of the world, you have enough information to make it happen, enough. But the challenge is that you haven't committed. You haven't made a real decision yet. Yeah? So the formula for success is be crystal clear what you want, crystal clear. Like Adrian gave an example. He knew that he needed to pass exam. He had also a reason behind it, and he had a deep desire. In his case, you might be motivated with the away motivation. It means that the pain of failing and having your loan being taken away from you motivated you. That was something that motivated you that much. Some of you might be much more motivated towards, because you can imagine your future really well in details, right? So that might be a really powerful motivator for yourself. So I want you to think about yourself, and I want you to be conscious. So I gave you one task. Write down a moment in your life when impossible became possible, because I want you to access those resources and build on that. Don't build on fear. Don't build on worry. Don't build on anger. But build on that brick of breakthrough that you have had in your life, because you have had many of them. I could sit down with you, ask you some questions. I could easily extract like 10 very powerful breakthroughs. I want you to extract at least one. Write it down and see what took you over. Like in Andrew's case, Adrian's case, he got to a point when he faced a situation when his loan could have been taken away, right? That's a motivator. That's a motivator. So once you know crystal clear what you want, second thing, you write down why. Then you have to have this desire to win it. Desire to win it. Right? Not try it. Not try it. Because if you came here to try, I'm sorry, things will not happen. And then you take massive, massive action. I will show you shortly some of the results that we have achieved. I have to say, whenever we start a business, I always have that approach that I like to rush to results as fast as possible. Why? Because I want to convince my brain that it works. I want to convince my brain that it works. If I do that, this part is done. Later I ask a question, how can I scale it up? I don't ask that question, is it for real? Will it work? And start doubting that. I don't ask that question anymore because I passed already that. I've proven that point. And I know it works. I know it works. But the question is, how fast will I go? So I ask a different quality of questions here. So I want you to write down that breakthrough when impossible became possible, and send me a message on Facebook. I will personally connect with you because I care for those things so much. My passion is to see people having breakthroughs, personal breakthroughs. And trust me, it all starts in the mind and with a real decision, what we heard here from Adrian, right? So let's dive right into the strategies that I have prepared for you. Let me share the screen. And if you guys have any questions, we're going to move into that. Okay, I'm briefly going to tell you my story. Some of you don't know me that well, so let me just, if you can see my screen, please type it. If you can't see the screen, let me know as well, so we're going to change that. My wife is on the other side. She will be helping me out just in case if you can't see the screen. But my name is Marcin Marczak. I was born in Poland, and I made a decision that I wanted to have the wireless income life. Wireless income we define as being able to travel around the world, meet incredible people, taste the local fruits, and at the same time make a profitable business. So let me load it. I think we have a couple of stuff. So I spent 21 years in London. Then I moved, in Poland. Then I moved to London. I graduated there. I met my beautiful wife. And we started dreaming. It all started with dreaming, imagining things. So that's a bit of my journey: Poland, UK, Maldives, Malaysia, and right now we are back in Maldives. We travel pretty much most of the countries in Asia. I've been so far in 26 countries, lived in 4 countries. We've done seminars in 5 different countries, taught way over 1,000 people. My personal stories, we also put ourselves in a position, a little like Asian, where we had no chance, but we had to deliver. We dreamt about living a wireless income life, and we moved to Maldives, to an island called Hulumale, connected internet, and started our our wireless income journey. We loved the water sports, met some incredible people, lifelong friends, but the challenge was we had cash only for 3 months. And I don't know if you've been in a situation like that, when your money was running out, you didn't know what to do, but you needed to produce, you needed to deliver. I have to tell you, I access a different level of energy, different level of motivation, where I remember waking up early in the morning and asking that question, how can I make it happen? How can I make it happen? I remember going to bed sometimes at 1, 2 o'clock in the evening and asking again that question, what can I improve? How can I make it better? How can I make it faster? There was a point for me where I needed to step up and deliver, step up and deliver. That's Maldives. We went to one of those little islands just last night because a friend of mine came over from London, and we took him to one of the islands. We spent some incredible time connected, and beautifully, the business that we invested maybe around 30 hours of our time has already produced over $2,000. Yesterday came through 1,005. That's the capital, Malé. And that's the airport, one of the coolest places whenever you guys come over here. If you've been here already, airport in Maldives is absolutely incredible because you have that feeling that you are landing into water until the very last second. It's really incredible. And that's Maldives is basically 1,200 islands all over. Okay, so I want you to write it down. There are 5 steps that we're going to focus today on creating your business empire. And I will help you. I'll be throwing some questions at you, and I want you to write it down. And later I will get you to answer those questions. So the first question, the first part of creating your business empire, you have to create content. Yeah, you have to create content. But content has to be done on purpose. And I know what some of you are thinking. I'm not a writer. I don't know how to do it. I'm not good at videos. Right? Don't worry. You don't have to be. We live in interesting times where you can borrow that content from YouTube, you can borrow that content from other places, but you have to be on purpose and you have to do it in a specific way. You have to have an end goal in mind. It has to be quality, not quantity, right? You create, don't create a stress around creating a content every single day. Ideally, do 2 to 3 strategic contents per week, provide value, and you can do it depending on which direction you want to go. If you love video, connect with video. It's a really powerful way of connecting. I tell you, I was in Singapore right now, and I bumped into some people who just walked into me and they introduced themselves saying that, hey, I know you, I've watched your videos, and how are you doing, and I know everything about your life, but I had no idea who I was talking to. That's the power of video. If you want to tap into that, I absolutely strongly recommend. Use Facebook as well. Don't spam. Don't be one of those people who are amateurs and who have no idea how to do it in a professional way. Be strategic. Use status, and I will in a second I will break it down and show you. You have to have your goal is to attract visitors, later to generate leads, and later, only later, to convert into sales. And we'll be breaking down throughout our wireless income masterminds, where I will show you exactly step by step what we do. Question. Does my content have a strategy? Does my content have a strategy? Very important question, and I want you to write it down, because if you don't have a strategy, you will be all over. What do I do well? Do you write well? Do you speak well? Do you record videos? Or do you watch videos and you find something cool, motivational, right? Use it. There are strategies. We're going to go into them, and you will learn them. Am I creating 2-3 strategic contents per week? And what does it mean strategic? You have to have an end goal in mind. You want to attract customers. You want to get people to engage. And I will just show you some examples of that in a second. I'm just going to dive into that. And uncover pain, provide solution, right? Uncover pain, and we'll talk about that. People take action, like, for example, Adrian uncovered his pain of having a loan taken away from him. There was this potentially consequences that he might have been facing. So in our business that we do, there are some people that they have certain consequences. Like, for example, they might be highly in debt. They might not be sure about the future. They might have tried lots of different things and nothing worked. They might have worked already with a similar business, it haven't worked, right? And then you have to provide a solution. Genuinely, you have to provide a solution. And you have to leverage a good content. Okay, so let me just go right into an example. I hope we can, we're not going to get stuck here. Fortunately, everything should work. But I will show you some examples of that. Let me just go on my Facebook here. And I will show you certain things. You can play along and you can play around to achieve similar things. Oh, by the way, I strongly recommend that plugin. Don't get distracted with Facebook. I remove my wall. It's not visible. It's a plugin. Just simply kill the wall. So that's something that I very, very strongly recommend. You know, whenever you have something lifestyle related, like for example, yesterday we came to an island. We came to, this is our friend who went with us. Let me just write it. We have some messages coming up. Okay. The only thing I wrote, but I want you to notice that this is quite strategic and specifically written. Change your environment to change your thinking, right? So I give a piece of value as an advice because I personally believe in that. That's very important. Go just like going with Riff Shacks, amazing food, and incredible people, and celebrating another victory in our online business. This was around 90 people clicking on that. Each person who clicked on that, on average, has 200-300 friends on the wall. This messages has shown to quite a lot of people. I had people contacting me basically right after we posted the stuff. Here we had also some of the results that we posted that we leverage of them. Earning per click. I mean, some of you know already. I will be teaching you. I'll be breaking down the formulas of calculating earning per clicks and earning per customer, because that will help you to move forward and do things well. Do we have any questions? Let me just dive into that. I gave you an example of that. You don't have to be a writer. You don't have to do some incredible stuff. You just have to be creative, and I will show you strategies of piggybacking of something that already exists. Do we have any questions, guys? If you have any questions, please type them here, and I will address them. If not, I'm going to move to point number 2. Okay, I don't see any questions. We're moving forward. If you do have, I will come back to them later. Okay, let me just close this part. Yep, so that's basically use Facebook. As you see, one thing is I want to also emphasize here, I'm not selling anything here. I'm not selling. The only thing I'm creating engagement. I will break down the formula why engagement is much more powerful than selling. Yeah, I will tell you, I will show you in a second. The only thing that I'm looking to achieve here is engagement. Because if I show you a really selling post, it normally gets very few likes and very few engagements on that. But that's not the point. I want to engage with as many people as possible. Okay, cool. So we've got the first part is content. Second thing is leads. Some of you have already generated first leads. Some of you haven't yet. Don't worry, I was exactly in the same place. We all started with the first lead. And you know how it feels when you generate your first lead, your first ever lead. It's really, really special. Yeah. So the job is to generate leads and turn followers into leads. So I showed you I have like 90 people engaging with my wall because the first step I wanted to do, I wanted to have content that will create engagement. Second thing is leads. So I turn the followers into leads. Find good quality sources, and I will show you later strategy. We'll be breaking them down. And I want to encourage you, challenge you to aim for 15 to 20 leads per day, and you will get that. There are lots of powerful strategies, yeah? And here, a piece of advice as well. I made that mistake myself, and I have to say we made 6-figure in kind of working from home environment in lots of different ways, but the challenge was that we should have made much more money. The reason we haven't is because we are too distracted focusing on so many strategies. We are learning Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, SEO, PPC. We are learning all those different strategies. I strongly encourage you to select 1 or 2 strategies and master that. Master that. Yeah. Find one strategy and just master it. And know your ideal customer as well. That's another big topic. I will spend the whole webinar that we will be talking about your ideal customer. Because you will notice certain things, and I will be bouncing that and showing examples. Third thing is engage. As I mentioned here, so leads are great, but buyers are better, right? So we're engaging right now not visitors, but we're engaging leads. 95% of customers don't buy at the first exposure. They buy, you have to create 5 to 7 exposures, right? So we have to engage them. We have to really engage them. Don't focus on selling, but focus on engaging. I want you to write it down. Don't focus on selling, but focus on engagement. Because the more you focus on selling, the more you're going to get pushed away, and the less people will trust you and follow you. The more you focus on engaging, the more people you're going to have interacting, engaging with, and connecting with you, and trusting you, and eventually moving and becoming leads. Get traffic, generate leads, engage them, provide solution, engage, provide solution, engage, provide solution. You want 5 to 7 engagement, and you will see people will be buying from you, right? So that's step number 3. Step number 4 is monetization strategy. So I will break down also something called value ladder. When you know and understand the value ladder, you will know the front-end business, you will know the back-end business, you will know the 20-80% rule. But I just want to tell you that Jay Abraham, you might have heard, I mean, he's like the marketing genius that everyone refers to. He basically broke down how you can increase your revenue in 3 different ways. One of them, you increase your customer. Second, number of transactions. Third, the value of a customer. So we'll dive into that and we'll be breaking it down. And there's lots of depth for each of the steps, and I'll be breaking it down. The 5th thing, only
What is the venue of customer?
Hello, can you hear me? Yep.
Venue of customer is what?
Can you ask again? Sorry. Yep.
Venue of customer.
Value of a customer, right?
Is
Okay,
what?
I will break it down. Thank you for the question. So value of a customer is a lifetime value of a customer. Lifetime value of a customer, if that's what you're asking for. If you're asking about providing value to the customer, I'm gonna draw it. Imagine I want you to have a pen and paper. Write down in one corner here A, and another corner B, right? Let me just draw it here. We can do it together. Cool, we can draw it together, yeah? So we have A and we have B. Here, at A, you have a problem. Each people that you will be targeting, you have to know your target market. Like Tony Robbins really spoke a lot about that, and I will spend the whole one mastermind talking about the details of your ideal customer. Because if you find your ideal customer, if you fall in love with them, Frank Kern also break it down. I put it also to our mastermind group. Frank Kern talks about a customer's dreams, fears, desires, and I think challenges. So he basically breaks down when you understand your customer. So what are some of the problems that our customers are facing? They are in debt. They watch videos. They don't produce. They don't have results. They don't have leads. They buy from a training to a training to a training to a training. Those are big problems, right? I've been to that place and I testify for that myself. But here you have a solution. And what is the solution? It's having results, having your first leads, having your education to be fully paid for, free of charge, having the ideal lifestyle, having a residual income, having a monthly income, residual income coming from that, right? And having the big commissions as well. And here the question is, how do you take them from A to B? And this is something called value ladder, customer value ladder, that I will be breaking down. Because you want to connect that bridge, take people from this place to this place, and you want to help them to achieve that place. Then people will like, know, and trust you, because only then they will buy from you. That's very, very important. I will be breaking every single thing down. I still have some more questions. Adrian, can I know the EPC on the program? How much are you investing on your EPC, and what is ROI on your EPC? Spending per week or per month? Thanks. Wow, fantastic. That's a really great question. Adrian, you will be blown away. I will show you the numbers, and we're going to log in there.
Marcin, can you also show the slide number 4? I kind of missed that earlier. Okay. The momentum strategy. Don't mind.
Monetization.
Yeah. Oh yes, monetization. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Take a print screen.
So is this a similar like the EPC that you're doing as well?
Yeah.
I think this is related. Yeah.
It is related because you will understand very well once you have a monetization strategy. Once you understand the front end of the business. Once you understand the profit maximizers, that's considered as a
Okay. Yeah.
Once you have the value ladder.
Yeah. So that is related to my question in the slide number 4, yeah, on the EPC.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Take the print screen. That will be the fastest way. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Let me just log in here to the business, and I'll just show you some stuff. Answering the questions about investing. Answering the questions about investing. Okay. We had 257 unique clicks. When you take $2,000 and you take divided by 257, can anyone do a quick math? Let me just.
Sorry, how much is that? 2,000?
2,000 divided by 257.
Okay. Wow, you already got a Google calculator.
Yeah. Cool. 7.7.
Right.
My earning per click is $7.7. Your question is, how much did I spend on that?
Yes.
I will
yes,
admit
right.
that. Okay, I'll be honest here. I've done everything with free advertising because we're turning on because we wanted to test if the system works, right? And we basically pulled off $2,000 like in a with very little effort. System works, it's proven, and right now we are pulling out the bigger guns, and I'm looking to take it to 5 figures very fast. And this is a definitely 6-figure business for 2015, easily.
So this is just through free advertising.
100% free advertising. I haven't
Not
spent
through
a single dollar.
CPM, not through CPA, nothing of the sort. In
None of the stuff. This was everything free advertising.
All right.
Yeah. And the fifth thing is basically strategy. Here I just want to break down because you don't have a traffic problem, but you have a strategy problem. Because lots of people say, I don't have the traffic. I don't have the right traffic. I don't know where to find the right traffic. How can I find cheap traffic? This is such a dangerous question. But what is most important number is the average customer value. If you know average customer value, I have 9 customers right now, and I've got $2,000. Let's break it down. Divided by 9. So I will tell you my average value of a customer is 222. I can pay easily, when I move right now to paid advertising, I can pay easily $150 to acquire a customer that is paying me $222. And the value of a customer in this business that we're doing here is around $800. That's the value of a customer. So what I'm trying to say here is, once you know your average value of a customer, you know how to make money, because this is not really hard. Once you know that your earning per click is is better than your cost per click, so earning is better than cost, you are in profit. How can you solve that? The only issue later is you have to place ads. Yeah, you only think you have to place ads. That's it. So I broke down for you 5 steps. I'll be taking each of them one by one during different masterminds here, and we'll be applying the strategies and kind of going a little bit deeper into each of them. But I just wanted to show you. That it works, and if you know your numbers, it's really hard to fail, because internet marketing is a game. It's a game. Like I don't know if you ever played Monopoly or Cash Flow. It's a game, right? And this game is winnable, but have to know the key KPIs, and then you have to know which levers you're supposed to press. So lots of people press in the business, like especially in the home-based business place, the whole direct selling kind of field, etc. Those people have no clue how to do proper professional marketing. They have no idea how to engage people. They know how to push and sell, and that's why they fail. Like 96% of people fail, are not able to make even $500 a month in the business, right? There's like a really, really different game. Tunku, we need to pay every time when people click, right? I lost a lot of money when I do pay-per-click. Okay, thank you for that. Appreciate. Yes, with PPC, you have to pay every single time somebody clicks. And yes, you might have lost lots of money every single time. Whenever you did the PPC advertising. The reason is, I would like to ask you, Tunku, did you know your average customer value? Did you know your customer acquisition value? Did you know your earning per click? Yeah, I showed you just my numbers here. Obviously, I didn't spend a single cent here because I had a bit of free advertising that I pulled some simple strategies, generated those strategies, and they worked. A big part of it is Facebook. You guys see me advertising as well, so you know what I'm doing here. But yes, Thank you, Tunku. You don't know those numbers. So I tell you, unless you know those numbers, don't touch paid advertising. Because paid advertising is a little bit like a double-edged sword. It might take you forward very fast, because I tested, for example, right now, I know my numbers, I know the figures, and I can push forward right now because I know my numbers. But if you don't know your numbers, this will cut your purse, your wallet, the same speed. It will just cut your money away. If you don't know what you're doing there, Facebook is very happy to have as many people as they can. But you are exactly where you're supposed to be, because I will be teaching the strategies, how to do it like a pro. I will be teaching how to calculate your, all the numbers that are necessary and how to read those numbers. They are fun, they are really good. Master one strategy. Adrian, I've spent about 60 to 30 per day, but my ROI is about 200 to 300 new likes per week. Is that a good ROI? Okay. Thank you for the question, Adrian, but I tell you, likes, if you don't have a backend strategy, and if you don't have a strategy of turning likes into leads and leads into sales, you wasted your money. Sorry to be so upfront, but likes are not necessarily something that I will get too excited about. I want to see, you ask about ROI, right? And I like that. You ask very specific questions, because we run business and we want to have ROI. If you...
yes, sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
So I actually have a web page where I advertise on my Facebook fan page. It's all about health, healthy living and stuff like that. So I redirect them to my website where they have these places to fill up their emails and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. So you capture some.
Yeah, they are captured inside my autoresponder. But unfortunately, my sales for the numbers that I'm getting the leads are not so strong. But I do invest in paid advertising. Unlike
that's fantastic. You will go very far and very fast, Adrian. Let me ask you a question. How much have you spent so far? I will just quickly do the numbers for you. How much have you spent on
which area you're referring to?
Give me one of the project, PPC only.
Okay, my paid advertising I spent about, as mentioned, my message is about 16 to 30 per day.
But give me the total. Like it was 1,000 ringgit?
Yes, about maybe 300 to 500 ringgit. But it can go as high as up to 1,000. Yeah.
Okay, so per month, how much do you spend in April?
I actually stopped my paid advertising for the time being, but for the last quarter, I spent almost about 3,000 in the space of 3 months.
3,000. Okay, cool. And tell me, how many leads have you generated?
I probably get about 5 new leads every day. But out of the 5 new leads, probably 1 or sometimes none.
Okay, so you have like five leads a day, right?
Yes, 5
So
new
you
leads.
would have around 150 leads, 150 leads per month.
Per month,
right?
But it can vary. If usually I get more leads when I do paid advertising. So if it's like no pay advertising, then probably it will be much lesser.
Okay, so it means your cost per lead is 20 ringgit. That's what you pay. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many customers? You spent 3,000 ringgit. You got 150 leads per month, right?
Yes.
How many customers did you acquire during that time?
Customers, as in like those that are actually buying my products.
Somebody who bought something. Yeah.
Yeah. So probably in a week, I do have 1 or 2 sales. Sometimes in a really good week, probably up to 5. Yeah.
Okay. So can you give me the number for quarter? Like you spent 3,000 ringgit for.
Yeah, that is estimated 1,000 per month. So 3 months will be about 3,000. So if it's like 5 maximum per week, 2 or 3 per week new customers.
2 or 3 per week. Okay. So if we have.
So probably that's about 10, 3 times 4, about 10 to 12 per month new customers. Yeah.
Per month. Okay. So we have over 3 months here. So let's say you spent on average 1,000.
Yeah, 3,000. Yeah.
3,000 per month. Okay, so it's
no 3,000 per quarter. Sorry, 3,000
per quarter. So you had 1,000 per month divided. So your cost of acquiring customer is 100 ringgit. How much did you gain from the sale? What was the profit that you made on the sale?
I'm just doing a lot of affiliate health type of ebooks, as well as try to get them to buy some referrals from membership sites.
Okay, cool. You
coupon
have a good
based,
experience, man.
coupon based type of health kind of
Uh,
health products and stuff like that. So
so how
maybe
much money have you made during the 90 days, during this quarter?
it varies from different product ranges.
But like
So
if you combine it together, sorry to be direct, but I want to
yes,
help
yes,
you.
okay, okay, sure. Probably if let's say one customer is about 10 to 20 USD
The customer.
yeah, that's about maybe 50 ringgit at most. Yeah.
Okay. So you have a terrible low rate of a value of a customer. That's why this business is not scalable. It's pretty much not scalable.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's
I
really.
probably need more tweaks on
Yeah.
converting more leads to sales. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think you have a really bad offer.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but you, in my opinion, you have a really bad offer because
Yes.
I've seen lots of businesses of people who came to business, and later I will show you a calculator where I will show you what's happening if your average value of a customer is $20.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, advertising is currently at a point where with that offer you cannot make money because you're barely going to be breaking even or you're going to be losing money like you're losing right now.
Yes, yes, yeah. That's why I stopped my paid advertising for the time being. Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. But you know the numbers right now. Cool. We will be doing those things. Fantastic.
Okay.
Tunku, question: how to turn leads into money? How to turn leads into money? There are a couple of strategies. I will give you the first one, the lowest hanging fruit. There is the magical 4. I want you to write down four follow-ups. Right? 4 follow-ups. One of them is email. Send them an email and a personal email, engage them. Second thing, you can find those people on Skype as well and have a conversation with them. Third thing is actually also Facebook. You can have a conversation with them on Facebook. Fourth thing, if they give you phone number, you can give them. You can do it when you generate 3 to 5 leads a day. When you generate like 50 leads a day, you can't do that. That's why I personally work with a business that I have people following up on that, because I can make money focusing on generating leads and promoting. Yeah, but initially, when you're looking for a strategy to make your first money, remember about the magical 4 follow-ups. Yeah, we're having an email, we're having a Skype, we're having Facebook, we're having phone call. Right? Many of those people that became lead, there is a reason why they became lead. You can connect with them. And you know, in the business that you're doing, Tunku, once somebody buys anything, even for $9 or for $49, those people are going through the funnel with professional people, where you don't have to be dealing with those sales yourself, because we have professional people doing that. That's my big advantage, that I want to say it's a very different way of working. When, like, imagine a business when you have teams of people setting up and following up your leads. You have team people who are setting up and following up, upgrading and doing all the upselling. You have a team of people doing webinars and they're doing all the closing. Yeah, it's a different game because you don't have to juggle 25 balls in the air. And also, like here, very important stuff that Adrian has shared here is about how good is your offer, because some offers, I've tried to also ClickBank, some offers are, unfortunately, it's impossible with the cost of acquiring a customer in 2015. Some offers are impossible to make money with. That's the bottom line. You can't make money with some of the offers. Guys, any more questions? Because I want to wrap it up. I want to keep it pretty much up to 1 hour. I hope you got some value out of it. And I want to come back again to homework. The first part, I want you to write down your breakthrough. When impossible became possible. Second thing, I want you to watch an interview by Frank Kern with Tony Robbins. That's very, very important, because you will notice psychologically you will shift something. Third thing, I want you to write down your future vision. Future vision will include, you operate from 2 things. You operate from the hindsight, and you operate also from gratitude. Hindsight means it is the 16th of May 2016. I look back, for the last 12 months, it has been an amazing journey. I started when things were really hard, really tough, but right now I reflect back, I made $250,000 or $100,000, whatever figure feels comfortable and right for you. and I look back at the mastermind I have attended, the amount of people I have connected with, the business partners I have acquired, and amazing customers that I have worked. I published a book that became whatever you generated. Okay, thank you. The voice is breaking up. Yeah. So you generated. You write it down in the hindsight. And second thing, you write it from gratitude. I'm really grateful for meeting incredible people. I'm really grateful for being part of the mastermind, weekly mastermind, where I receive specific assignments that help me to build my business. I'm very grateful for training that I have acquired and skill set that I have built. So you go through those stuff, right? And you be as specific as possible. Be as specific as possible. Adrian, I'm really nicely impressed that you have collected really, really great experience so far. You really have something to build on. And many of you guys here, there's a reason why you're here. If you didn't have the hunger, inside you, you wouldn't be here. And there is the reason I want you to connect with that hunger and write it in your future vision. And I will win. I will do whatever it takes. As Adrian said here in his story, I will do whatever it takes because I will pay off my debts, because I will have a new life, because I will write a new chapter in my life, because I want to spend more time with my kids, because I will be buying a new house, because I want to travel to other places, because I want to be part of a mastermind in Maldives or something. I will be organizing something here at some point as well, right? Because I want you to build those reasons. The more reasons you build and the more emotionally you connect with them, you will see them that they're going to pull you forward. They're going to give you the energy. That's what I really want you to experience that. Yeah? And in the group, I want you to suggest what you would like to learn next week. I've got some things that I'll be preparing, but if you have some specific questions, let's do it. If not, we'll be wrapping it up, guys, right now. Any more questions, drop them here right now. If not, I'll be slowly wrapping it up because, as I mentioned, we're just reaching 1 hour, and I want to keep it in 1 hour. I don't want it to go too long. I want to respect your time. Okay, no more questions, guys. Big hugs, blessings, and I personally, this is my passion. I love seeing people breaking through. I love seeing people breaking through. So I want you to experience that and drop me a message. And first of all, build on your existing breakthroughs that you have achieved. Big thank you. Speak soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.